Good evening, Dandies. Welcome to Undetermined, the podcast.
That's what we're doing.
Cool.
Just hit it. We're rolling. Hi,
Man.
man.
How's it going?
I'm Matt.
Nice to meet you, Matt. My name is Hayes Noble.
And I am John. Yes, everybody welcome Hayes Noble. I got a special feeling for this guy. I really do. Hailing from Galena, Illinois, just had a track issued on Forbidden Place Records and a compilation.
Yeah,
yes, our friends Tony. Yeah.
Actually, wearing a Forbidden Place record shirt right now underneath the shirt.
Yeah, right on. I try to sport them as much as I can. But also, your recent record, Head Cleaner, is just it gives me such hope. It gets me in the feels. Especially since we're old and stuff.
You guys aren't that old.
No, not that old. But just your sensibilities for music, just what really is punk, and what really is grunge, and those things, and your style is just amazing. I'm digging everything I hear.
Thank you so much, dude.
Just being a kid who is there, 40 minutes away from where I grew up. I grew up in Morrison, Illinois, so I'm sure you know where that is. It's
I don't know if I've ever been there, driven through there.
You don't have to.
You might have taken those kids back in the day. I don't remember Morrison.
It used to be a really nice. It was the county seat, so they made all the money.
Oh yeah,
for the county and district and everything else. But just as a lot of small investor towns don't invest money into the town, and they fall into meth problems and
Hanover.
Hanover.
I don't remember. Maybe it's not even true, but I was told one time that Hanover was heroin capital Illinois or something like that.
Yeah. And you couldn't find any heroin. No, I'm just kidding.
I'm not out looking for that stuff.
Right.
But
It's a good thing. Really, because it kind of sounds like it. I don't I shouldn't have gone there.
But I heard. No.
I shouldn't have. No.
Yeah. I don't know. I never saw it out there, but I did see things kind of deteriorating. I mean, it was for me, it was rough growing up there, being a bit alternative and a bit punk rock and a bit of a skater and stuff. But I'm just real curious to know. I mean, hell, that's been 30 years.
You haven't been back there at all or anything?
Huh?
You haven't been back there at all or anything since?
I went back about 10 years ago because I had a really cool art teacher, and it was his retirement, and I wanted to go see him. Gotcha. But I didn't spend a lot of time recognizing a scene or anything like there. I wanted to get out of there to get back to my scene in Missouri, which ironically was better, even though we were so close to Chicago.
Yeah.
How's it been growing up there?
I mean, Galena, it's a
beautiful town.
Yeah, it's cool. Our claim to fame is Ulysses S. Grant lived here for 7 years, which is cool, I guess. To his house and stuff. But it's pretty progressive for a small town. There's lots of stuff going on, tourists and things. But growing up, what was cool about living in a small town for me is I was able to kind of try everything. I was able to do sports. You don't have to try out for teams or anything.
Right.
I was able to be in band and play anything I want, really. And I like that a lot. Close connections with friends and teachers is cool. But, not a big scene here either. Not really a scene in Galena. My hometown scene is really Dubuque across the river. About 15
okay, right on. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah. Matt, if you can imagine, Galena was probably close to our Eureka Springs. In a way.
All right.
It's the opposite side. If you look at Chicago on a map, it's the opposite corner of Illinois, straight across.
But it was much like the, you had the kite shops and the hippie shops and the artsy, community there. Cool. Good place to get a steak. It's a great time.
I actually work at I just got off work from the Log Cabin Steakhouse. So.
Oh, did you? Yeah, I've been there before.
Yep.
Good meat, man. Good. Yeah, I love their steaks. I haven't been there in a long time, but yeah, I always wanted to go back.
Yeah. I just work there. It's kind of ironic because I'm actually a vegetarian, but I'm just a busser. So just cleaning up plates. Yeah.
Right on.
Lots of jokes.
Right on. So I talked to Danny, and I'm sorry I couldn't get you found out with something here in Columbia for a show. Columbia, Missouri. We tried. I was none too impressed with like PDM. I don't like that sort of thing where it's like email for a special location for a secret show,
Yeah.
Like show. It's like, come on, man, just so pretentious. And that place kind of is because we're a college town. But I talked to Danny Phillips from Skate Bar, said you blew the roof off the place.
It was great. I had a really good time playing there. Everybody there was super cool. Danny was super cool. He was talking to my dad about beatniks and stuff, and like I should read. And I was like, Dad, why don't you?
That doesn't surprise me at all.
Yeah, they're talking about riders and shit. It was really cool.
He's Danny's. I talked to Danny quite a bit. I've never really met him in person, but I talked to him constantly. Yeah. He's been on the show too. But Skate Bar, I mean, just seems like a legit place to play as far as like a schmedium town in Missouri goes.
He's really worked hard to build that brand too.
He has
done a really good job.
Yeah, he has.
They have they had like kids doing like a mural back there. We were playing. It looked super cool. So it looks like they have like a good community developing and everything. The sound was actually really good too. Like my voice was really.
I haven't been there yet, so I haven't heard it. Yeah,
it's good. It's good.
Good. Cool. Yeah, I want to get up there. He keeps inviting me all the time. I'm like, dude, it's still kind of like a 3.5, 4 hour drive.
Oh, damn.
It's like it's kind of hard to make it without a hotel or whatever. But it looks like a jam joint, and I'm glad he invited you back and stuff. Sounds great. So your dad, Tony's telling me a little bit about this. Your dad was in a band previously. He's filling in for drums for now, right?
Yeah, he's playing drums for me. He's the best drummer I know. So it's cool growing up with musicians and everything. I mean, there's pictures of me somewhere. I need to find them. But I toured with my parents when they were in bands and stuff. And there's a picture of me wearing like, I've seen it before, like the shooting range headphones, sitting on stage, mom playing the synthesizer over me.
Right.
He was most notably in a band called Crosscheck, which was a hardcore band, Quad City. Both my parents are from Moline.
Right on. Yeah, it's all up around the area. But yeah, so like a punk rock Partridge Family.
Yeah, I've gotten that. People say they're cool, Like my brother plays bass for me. He's only been playing for about a year, and he's crushing it. He saved up. He got a job over the summer. His first job, working as a barista. He saved literally to the penny to buy a Rickenbacker for like. Man, he got a good deal on it. It was like 1.5K, but the guy was like so impressed. He like knocked a few $100 off, which was cool. But I had to give him $1 and change 4 quarters because he didn't want to give it back. I said that was funny.
Wouldn't let you walk without that $1, huh?
Yeah. He's been doing really good too. I'm proud of him.
Yeah. What's your brother's name?
His name's Everett.
Everett.
He's a freshman in high school right now.
Right on. Yeah. It's so encouraging to see. I mean, just with your age and everything, and I don't know. I was in bands around the time when I was your age, but it was with our generation. It was just more of a well, that's something you can do as a hobby. That's something you can do as maybe not make that your job. Gotcha. But I think really, if you work hard at anything, you can be successful.
American dream.
That's right.
There you go.
I mean, and that's what people are looking for, just hard work, really just hard work and not giving up.
Being creative these days is definitely like, that's the next thing. If you're creative, you can really do something. You can really get stuff done. So
yeah, you can.
I'm just trying to.
I think that there's a lot of jealousy with that too. Because, it's just kind of talking down artists like, oh, you nerd or whatever, in a lot of ways, those people can't do that is why they get so upset.
Right.
They can't draw, they can't paint, they can't sing, they can't play anything. And it's a way to fight off that insecurity. instead of just saying, hey, you're really good at that. And you should
in a
keep
small
going.
town, I mean, I see that a lot, but
Yeah.
it's mostly just picking on, like, a lot of my school and my friends are pretty supportive. They come to my shows and stuff when they're all ages and whatnot. But,
that's cool. That's cool to see. I mean, I think when Matt and I were younger, just things were so much clickier and so, everybody had to step on somebody else to climb a ladder. And I'm glad to see that in younger generations, even like with my kids, it's not that way anymore. People lift each other up. That's nice.
I mean, it's being from where I am, when I run into someone listening to like a kind of cool band, I show them like Dinosaur Jr. and it's like, hey, I think you'd like this song. And that gets me really excited. I love seeing like some person like wearing a band t-shirt, like, hey, you listen to that band? They're like, yeah. And then what about this band? And they come back the next day.
That's
like,
the best thing about t-shirts, man. They can start a it's
They
like a
unless
good
they
way
don't
to
listen to the
find
band.
somebody.
That's the worst.
It's a handshake, It's a public handshake in a lot of ways. So Dinosaur, a big influence for you?
Oh, yeah. You can hear that on Head Cleaner a lot.
Again.
Jay Mascis, Dinosaur Jr., huge influence on my sound. Just his solos are like so emotional.
Yeah.
I really strive to just kind of like get that warm, fuzzy tone. He's great. I saw Dinosaur Jr. for the first time up in Madison.
Right on.
fall.
Cool town. Yeah.
No, love Madison.
Yeah.
I've played a couple of shows there. It's been cool so far. But yeah, Dinosaur Jr., huge influence on me.
Yeah. You can hear it in Head Cleaner. Head Cleaner just amazing, by the way. I'm so tired.
Thanks,
I love
man.
that track.
Thank you.
My daughter and I have been listening to that like off and on all night.
Oh, dang.
It's just like, it's great. I love that song.
Thank you so much, dude. I appreciate that.
Yeah. So, with working with your dad and everything, I mean, are you trying to like establish like a different band altogether, or you going to keep touring with him or recording with him? Or?
I mean, the plan for now is I like playing with my dad and my brother. They're both great musicians. If we can tour for each other forever, we will.
Yeah.
We all get along pretty well. There's definitely the chemistry of 18 years there.
Right. Yeah.
But no, we're also thinking about doing some other projects too. I mean, me and my dad have always talked about doing like some doomy, sludgy stuff.
Oh, yes.
You got the right friends for it.
Yeah. I've always wanted to front a hardcore project, so that'd be cool to do.
Yeah.
Listen to a lot of post-hardcore and screamo stuff, like 90s screamo. I would love to do something like that, some noisier, like Sleepy Time Trio, 400 Years type stuff.
Yeah. Right on. Yeah.
I'm getting myself excited, man. Like, I gotta do this stuff.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
What you're doing right now is pretty awesome, and I will say, it feels authentic, and I hope that comes off the right way.
That does,
right? And that's what I appreciate, and it also feels, for a couple, older guys, it feels familiar.
Yeah,
to me. Like I the first time I'm like, you know what, is this like a soundtrack I've heard before? Because it just kind of feels like I know this, even though this is kind of I've listened to it twice,
but still original, and
I appreciate that.
Nothing and nothing I could like pin on or anything. It was just still original, still great, and I love the tone. Love your. So with guitar work, like, how long have you been playing?
I started playing in 8th grade. I got guitar lessons from a year from a really cool dude named Ryan Werner. Love Ryan. He's awesome. Super funny guy. Then he moved down to St. Louis, so I stopped lessons after that. But then from there, just kept, learning my favorite songs and whatnot. And eventually I was able to piece like these things together and be like, hey, I can make like a song that kind of sounds like this song from just learning the stuff I like. So it's been about 5 years, I think. 5 years.
Yeah. So you got about a year of lessons and then self-taught from then on. Once you
Ryan
got the fundamentals, Yeah, I think that's the way to go. I honestly do. Just find your own sound. Just whatever sounds good on the guitar. I'm not picky about finger placement and shit like that.
I don't know a lot of music theory. But like I love finding something that like sounds good with something else. Like if I have a part and I have this other part I've been working on and I somehow can combine them, that's just just like a bombshell. It's a great feeling, man.
Yeah, right on. Absolutely. What's your favorite axe? I mean, I've seen you. You got a Strat. I mean, I saw like a purple Strat you had.
Yeah, so I got that. I got that a few months, maybe 4 months ago now. That is a 1989 Fender Strat Plus. I got that. Yeah.
Yeah.
I got that. I was thinking about getting an 87. Like the person I went to get that guitar, he like just collected Strat Pluses. He had an 87 there, an orange 89, and then the purple 89, which they were all refinished, by the way.
Oh, yeah.
Which is really cool because it's like, if it wasn't refinished and it was in the condition it was in, I probably wouldn't want to play it. But since it has that, I don't know, it's great. But I got that guitar. I love Built to Spill. I love Doug Marsh. I wanted that tone and everything, and I thought a Strat was a good a good second guitar to have, because I have the SG, the humbuckers, but the SG is, I love my SG.
I love the growl on an SG.
Yeah.
It's just, and that's the thing. I mean, I'm not a great guitar player, but I collect a lot of cheap guitars, and it's driving my wife nuts. But whenever I get one, like when I got the SG, I was like, okay, listen. And I played a couple chords. She's like, yeah, I can hear it.
It looks badass, man. It's so cool.
Does
so
awesome. Kind of devil horn looking
thing.
It
looks just evil.
It does. It does. I got the red Angus Young type finish.
I got the cherry burst. Mine's the cherry burst.
Oh, did you? Yeah.
That's like really deep red on the back.
Yeah. Oh, that's such a cherry looking finish. I love that on guitars. Love that on acoustics too. Martin's got really pretty ones with that cherry burst. Yeah.
I look at Epiphone. I got my first acoustic, well, technically my second. I had a really cheap one before that needed like refretting. I could barely play it. But, I got an Epiphone inspired by Gibson Hummingbird. And that has like, I don't know what the finish is called, but it's like orange to red. And then the back, it's really cool. It looks great. Sounds great too.
Yeah. I buy a lot of Epiphone guitars. I mean, really just because I'm not gigging, I don't have to worry about it like shutting down on me on the road. I'm a living room rock star. So it's like, but I got like the reissue, well, it's right there, the Epiphone Firebird.
Oh yeah. I always wanted Firebird. I like the
I like it. I like it. The bottom of the neck. I've got, these fat sausage fingers too. So it's hard to find, a narrow fretted or a wide fretted guitar that's not too wide, but I dig it. I really dig it. Love it. But yeah, I've got no problem with that. I'm not a guitar snob. Anything. I've been looking at some Russian ones even that are just because they're crazy looking. I'm sure they play like garbage, but
I really like those old, like vintage, like Japanese guitars.
Yeah, like
there's one at like the local music store they have hung up. I think I don't know, is Ibanez Japanese?
They're Spanish by way of Japan, I think.
Yeah, I think
they have like this old Ibanez guitar like hung up, and it just it looks amazing. Like I wish,
those plastic guitars that are like mass manufactured, but they're so cool looking.
Those Hagstrom guitars are really cool too.
Yeah.
A guy I really like named Mike Kroll, his whole like ensemble when he would play live had all Hagstrom, and he let me hold his when he came to play the Lift in Dubuque, and it was like, I don't think I've held a guitar lighter since. It's crazy.
Wow. Yeah. I've got a Epiphone Explorer plastic. It's pretty cool. It's really light. I love that.
I like Explorers too. All the Gibson. Yeah. I want to own every guitar by Gibson eventually. So,
can you see me? This is Mary from Goods. Do they still have that commercial up there for Goods Furniture?
I don't even know what that
Probably not.
Maybe.
Okay, probably not. I'm too old. Matt doesn't know. Matt even had a different bozo. Like he grew up in southern Missouri. We have
talked about this.
We have talked about this before. Like the Bozo show, out of Chicago. They have a Fayetteville, Arkansas bozo where he grew up. So
Jonesboro.
That's his name.
Right. It was just Bozo. So it was like a franchise. So they like got their own little bozo going. But what was really hilarious about it is they all had like this Arkansas drawl.
Right.
So it was just like really hilarious to watch. Well, hi there, boys and girls.
That's goofy.
And the kids would be like, "Hi, Bozo."
Oh man. Oh, it's great.
Yeah, it's rough. It's rough. I've seen it a few times. It's funny though. They had to send me videos because I didn't believe them. I was like, "No, there's only one Bozo."
Oh man,
you're lying.
I didn't know there was multiple either.
Yeah, didn't know till I met him many years ago. So you're home now. Are you done with that leg of the tour?
Oh yeah, I thought you were talking about my legs. I was like, what? Oh. No, we did 9 shows. It was great. 9 days. The only thing that kind of, I mean, it didn't suck. It was still cool, but we had to take 2 cars because we don't have a van.
Oh yeah.
And I had to downgrade. I play normally out of a full stack, but I had to just bring the 1 cab, and to fit it into 2 cars. So I drove alone, and then my brother and my dad drove together. They gave me the opportunity to listen to a lot of music I haven't really listened to before too, and I like driving, so it wasn't too bad.
What turned you on listening on the way?
So believe it or not, I hadn't really gotten into Sunny Day Real Estate before.
Oh yeah, I love Sunny Day.
Right? Like I love them too. They're great. I bought a diary on cassette, Kansas City, I think.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I listened to their whole discography. When we drove from St. Joseph to Chicago, actually, we had to wake up in the morning and drive 7 hours to a show in an apartment.
Ouch!
3-story apartment. But it actually ended up being one of the coolest shows we played. We had to downscale our setup and everything, but that was still really cool. I had a great time playing that. It was my first time playing Chicago too. But yeah, the Sunny Day Real Estate diary is amazing. I like the second one a lot too. I had like a Fugazi song on there. I think it's like Theo Be Good or something like that. That's I like that one a lot.
I love Fugazi. Yeah.
I love Fugazi too. Man, I want to get that shirt that says "This is not a Fugazi" shirt.
Yeah, I made one.
I need to too. I should just get like PNG.
You just got to get a print because they don't make merch. They never have. So I mean, just it does. But heads up to anybody, if you find a Fugazi shirt, it's Fugazi. It's fake. They don't make T-shirts. It's like Ian McKay's like one of his big. I won't.
Which is cool.
I don't know why. I'd love to meet. I'd love to meet the guy. I'd love to pick his brain. But
they didn't do music videos either, did they?
No.
No. That was another weird one.
The only ones you'll find are like live performances, like YouTube or whatever.
I think they have all of their live shows like on. I think you just find those on their website. I think they have an archive for those.
Yeah, they do. They do. He's compiled a lot of that, but it's just like I don't know. They're just so. We're anti-making money, and I
think they were living in like a punk house when they had like platinum records, dude. Like, that's insane. I think 13 songs platinum.
We don't do audiences.
Yeah. They wouldn't charge more than $5 for a show.
My dad went to a Fugazi show in Peoria. It was the one he went to. I think it was the Red Medicine tour. But there was some dudes messing around, roughing people up. And Ian saw it, or Guy, I don't remember. One of them saw it, and they told him to knock it off, and they wouldn't. So they're like, "Okay, everybody sit down," and everybody sat down for the rest of the show. And those 2 guys they stayed around trying to cause problems for a while, and then they just left. But everyone stayed seated. And I thought, like in my head, like, "Whoa!" There's no YouTube video or anything, unfortunately, but I bet the audio.
Yeah. Ian was all about that, just the crowd control. Like one of the reasons why, like waiting room, or he loved doing like call and answer, tracks to like make the crowd shout back. And he was like, I know. He's like, I'm straight edge, everything else, but this is just one thing about my personality. I love controlling that crowd. And he would, to an extent, like, we're not going to play another song unless you all, put your finger on your nose.
I'm hoping that indefinite hiatus means that they will eventually come back and do something. But they have to do something on a scale they never had before. Like, I feel like people would probably come from around the world to see them play.
Oh, I imagine. I would. Yeah. I'd buy that.
Fugazi? Like, are you kidding me? That'd be so cool.
No,
I wish he'd intervene in his record prices. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, no shit. Well, I mean, that's kind of that's not necessarily up to him.
Oh, I don't think it is.
No.
What the prices
Man.
like vinyls?
Oh yeah, their
with
vinyl is not cheap.
outrageous.
I have In on the Kill Taker. I bought that at Reckless Records for like $15.
Yeah,
Really?
I got a copy of 13
it was brand new though. It
songs.
was like a brand new printing or whatever.
Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah, mine was too. It wasn't like a vintage one, but it was like a repress of 13 songs. And Wog, my son, got it for me for like $20. I was like, yeah, and I got the digital, but they were. He was like, that's it. They were gone.
I have the first. They reissued the first EP they did, and I have it on like a red vinyl. That was also
right
15, I think 15 or 20.
Right on.
But,
yeah.
Fugazi's great.
Yeah.
I talk about Fugazi for the rest of this podcast.
Oh, I get too. Believe me. Yeah. Punk 7-inchers is one thing I'm really on the lookout for. They're so hard to find. Just so many 7-inch singles are so far hard to find. I'm supposed to go see, I'm looking at the date. I'm supposed to go see Black Flag here in a couple weeks. Yeah, in Kansas City with Mike V, of course, because Henry won't do it anymore. But still, Mike V's got it. He's got it. He knows those songs.
They were
looking forward to it.
They were supposed to play in Belvedere at the Apollo, but then there was that Morbid Angel show where the roof.
Oh shit! Yeah. What did you hear about that? That was bad.
So actually, I was supposed to go to that show.
Oh yeah,
but
I had a lot of friends up there who were like, "Yeah, I have friends there," and I
had a friend there too. The roof fell on him and everything, but he's gonna make a full recovery. We're doing a benefit show for him. Next Saturday at Hollywood. All proceeds are going. His name's Daniel. Love you, Daniel. Daniel, great, huge metalhead. But yeah, he'll be good. It's crazy. My mom was like, "Man, I can't believe you were supposed to be at that show."
Yeah. I knew a couple people who just couldn't make it, and they were like, "Oh, I'm bummed," and then they were like, "Oh my god," looking for their friends. And
the weather in Galena wasn't even that bad. We just got like really heavy rain and some wind, but there, I think the tornado hit that whole street, is what someone told me.
Yeah, I don't know if it was a tornado, if it's just like a microburst of like huge wind, it was one of those things, and blew the roof off the Apollo. God. Yeah.
Not in a good way. Yeah.
Not in a good way.
Yeah, not in a good way. Not in a good way at all.
You don't want to report later, hey, we blew the roof off the place. No. In bad taste, I'm sure.
Well, we had buddies in arson class and who were like one of the last bands to play at a club before it caught fire.
Yeah, Davies. Burned down arson class live.
Ironic.
You're like,
it's a piano bar now.
Yeah, we are no way responsible for what happened.
That's funny.
We had to do a disclaimer. It's funny too, because like their sticker that was on the wall, arson class was the last one like remained. It wasn't burned.
Like perfectly around it, like a single like wood beam with the sticker arson class.
They were like, "Oh no, it wasn't us." I swear to God.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it is crazy. When are you gonna get back on the road, do you think?
I was hoping to do another tour, a little bit longer of a tour, later this summer. I got a bit of a weird situation right now. My mom got a new job in Washington State.
Oh wow.
And we got to figure out still amongst the noble crew, the family, whether we're all going to go out with her or whether we're going to stay here for the summer. So but I do have some things booked already, but I got to figure that whole thing out before I really start booking.
Yeah, nothing good musically ever came out of Washington State that I'm aware of. So.
I was listening to the new Mudhoney album today. I thought it was all right. I didn't get to finish
it. I haven't heard it.
It was okay. There's like some synth stuff going on.
Huh.
I got to finish it. I got halfway through.
Yeah.
What song I ended on. I like the album art and everything.
Oh, yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. Green River. I love that band. That record. Well, I mean, shit. Seattle. What do you say? What can you say? Jimi Hendrix even. I mean, come on. Come on.
Washington's cool. I've actually always wanted to live in like the Pacific Northwest. Like if I could,
too.
Oregon, man. Portland, Oregon.
Absolutely. But, Portland, Medford, around that area. I thought I would go as far south as maybe like Eureka, California, maybe, but then you have to deal with California taxes. But yeah, Medford and
there's no income
Portland.
tax in Washington, which I was surprised.
Yeah.
Kind of weird.
But, it's a beautiful place. I stopped off there flying to Hawaii once, and
I've only been there once. I was
gorgeous. I was only at the airport, but just flying in, and seeing the mountains and the trees. SeaTac.
Where's that at?
Seattle, Tacoma,
okay, gotcha.
International.
Spokane is where my mom got her job. I think there's an airport.
Okay. Yeah. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
Beautiful place, man.
You ever been to Astoria, Oregon?
No. But I do want to live there strictly based on the Goonies.
The Goonies, yep.
And
the guy from Kansas City just bought the Goonies house.
The Goonies house,
did he put someone, a coworker actually told me that the past owners of that house hated stuff. But I believe the new person put like a sign up or something. I don't know if it's true.
He's a huge
I've heard this
fan.
story. I've heard this story.
You can't buy a house and not expect fans of the Goonies to do the
How could you?
There's a picture of me doing it.
Right. Everybody's like, don't do the truffle shuffle in front of my house. Right.
You gotta I mean, if
the new guys are like, hey,
do the truffle shuffle in front of my house.
Do the truffle shuffle.
Right.
Absolutely.
Oh, shit. He could make his money back just giving tours of the house.
Or viral videos of people doing the truffle shuffle in front of us.
Probably some like lawsuits or something out of that, though.
Yeah. But I mean, what's that beach? They've got a name for the beach there,
they do.
Giant rocks.
One of the rocks was photoshopped, I believe, in the movie.
Oh, really?
Something like that. I remember vaguely going and my dad being like, "Oh, look, there's only two." I think the third one was not photoshopped because I don't know if that was what it was.
Continuity error.
Yeah. I think it was artificial somehow.
But,
we went all over town. They had
trickery.
Yes. They have like the prison where the one dude escapes out of, and they had like the Jeep with like the ORV with the bullet holes and everything. Yeah. It's so cool.
That's so cool. Yeah, I mean, I talked to my wife years ago about moving to the Pacific Northwest, and she's like, "Well, what attracts you to that?" And I was like, Goonies. Goonies, Scooby-Doo episodes.
It's just so cool looking. Like it's just it's great. I'd love to live there. I might.
The Goonies and Soundgarden. That's it.
The Goonies, Soundgarden.
I really like Soundgarden that much.
Really?
I don't know. I don't know. I listen to a couple albums. What's the one with Black Hole Sun? Or the guy he's yelling or whatever? I thought that was.
Super Unknown.
No. You got to go back. Go back to Louder Than Love.
Louder Than Love.
Rusty Cage or whatever. I thought that was.
Yeah, that's Bad Motor.
Johnny Cash covered that.
Yeah, that album. I thought the album was.
It's Louder Than Love. Louder Than Love. Check
Louder Than Love.
The only I mean, when it comes to like that whole grunge thing, Nirvana, I feel like just overshadows everyone because they were more punk rock and everything.
Yeah,
I like them like over like. Sure. Like Dirt, Alice in Chains, but even then.
Yeah, Nirvana I get so sick of the Nirvana hate just for popularity.
They were legit dudes. They're incredible.
God, they were so
good. So cool. I mean, Dave Grohl later on did kind of. I like the first two Foo Fighters records, but
me and Matt saw Foo Fighters. It's a great show with Pat Smear playing bass. I mean,
that's awesome.
It was amazing. It was great. People just too snobby. In Utero is one of the
awesome. Nirvana does not have a bad song.
Really
good. Not a bad one at all.
And Incesticide comp, I really like.
Yes.
What's the song? Son of a Gun. That's really good.
Yeah.
I don't know. Is that a cover? I know they have a cover of a Vaseline.
I don't know. That's a good question. Yeah.
That's a really good one. Stain. Sliver's on there.
Sliver. Yeah, I really like Sliver.
I always thought it was Silver until like a year ago. And I really comment with something. Another one of those like Mandela or whatever things I just had was on You're Living All Over Me, Dinosaur Jr. It's not Sludge Fest, it's Sludge Feast. I didn't know that. That made me like,
I think I'm tricked by that.
Yeah, I thought it was
I am. Yeah, I thought it was.
Maybe it is Fest. I think it is.
No, I think you're right.
Another thing, someone posted something. And I'm like, that's not true. And I looked and I was like, oh,
God, it is. Yeah, it might be.
I like Sludge Fest better.
Yeah. Melvin's just wonderful.
Sludge. When you think of Sludge, you think of them. I haven't really listened to them much either. There's a lot of stuff.
You must.
When I listen, yes. When I get into a band, I really like to listen to like their whole discography. Recently, I just did the Minutemen. I'm reading Our Band Could Be Your Life right now. So as I'm reading it, I'm like going through each band's discography while I read the chapters. I'm on Minor Threat right now. I've already listened to all theirs.
Man, you've got time. Trust me. At your age, they're like Minutemen. I didn't get into it until I was probably like 35. As embarrassed as I am about that.
They got some really cool stuff.
Yeah,
I mean, a lot of stuff though, like Double Nickels on the Dime. Like,
oh yeah,
some of those songs. It's okay.
D-Boon. I mean,
cut off the Buzz. I think it's like Buzz or Howl or something like that. It's a picture of Mike Watt and D-Boon like arguing, like a drawn picture.
Yeah,
Cut is really good. The Product is another one, I think. That album has some catchy tunes, man. That was good.
Yeah.
I talked to Mike Watt a couple of times and wanting to get him on the show and pick his brain. He's just yeah, I'll check you out. You know, I was at least happy to get a reply. I was like,
yeah, I would be too.
Mike Watt, talk to me.
You know what? We've had some some of the same guests. We even like posted like on the same day with one. Did you notice that?
What? I'm lost.
Well, I know Joseph Cannon was just
Joe Cannon, was
just on his show.
Yeah, he was on
our podcast. It's like the same week.
Yeah,
our episodes came.
And I think that's the big thing is because Mike has his own show, and producing his own show. I'm sure he's like, I got a guest on another show, and it'd be a pain in the butt. I'm sure for him, but still love the man.
We'll get him.
Yeah, you'll get him. You'll get him, guys. That'd be sick. That'd be so cool.
It would.
Bob, there's a guy up from Dubuque in the Dubuque scene who does a lot of stuff, tours all the time. His name is Bob Bucko Jr.
Okay.
He actually played saxophone or maybe horns in general on a Mike Watt record that just came out not too long ago.
Oh, nice.
He's a really cool dude, and I gotta give him a shout out because he gave me a whole list of contacts, and probably most of the contacts he gave me ended up being places we played on the tour. So love that guy.
Right on.
Yeah, I know he's been doing stuff for a long time. I mean, he might even be on tour right now. I don't know, but he's really cool.
Cool. Well, I mean, that's one thing we keep saying on the show ad nauseum is just the fact that we're only going to make it as a community, and that's we love to push that as much as we can, help each other out, promote each other, everything to get this out there. Because who needs another Adele record? I don't.
I don't need a Adele record.
No.
What do you guys think of like Harry Styles and Taylor Swift?
If somebody likes them, they're allowed to like them. It's not my thing. I don't want to be like a snob in that regard, but I do. It's not something that I'm going to look up to listen to or that I'm going to purchase any of their products.
Yeah.
I do get, on another level, I get really bothered by, the Adeles and the Taylor Swifts and because they like monopolize so much of the business and like they don't need any money, but they are sucking up like all the vinyl while there's like a vinyl shortage. So our indie friends who have really fucking awesome projects have to put theirs on hold. Right. So Adele can sell her record for Christmas, and guess what? She doesn't need any money for Christmas, but these indie bands do.
Sure do.
Yeah.
But I mean, I agree with that entirely as far as the business goes. I don't know how much of that is Adele or Taylor Swift's fault.
But you know what? Here's my beef.
Okay.
They could say something if they came down and said, you know what? I don't want to rip off other artists like that. What label on earth would say, no, thank you, we're doing it our way?
Right.
Fuck no, there would be another label that's like, come on, Adele, we'll do it your way. We will hire a ton of lawyers to get you whatever out of your contract.
I do that. I do that. I do it for a third of whatever, they're making for sure. But it's like, yeah, I mean, I kind of felt bad for like Britney Spears, for example, when she went nuts. And it's like, I truly believe, I do truly believe that she wasn't trying to manufacture crap. I think that she believed what she was singing. I think she has a great voice. I think that she was all about her music. It's not in my wheelhouse. I mean, I get that, but that's okay. There's plenty of music that's not. And I think she just really thought that she was doing what she meant to be doing, and you know, and did a good job at that as a pop singer. And then, I mean, you know, the circus gets in control, and the media comes in, and the record companies come in. They blow everything out of proportion. The next thing you know, she's like shaving her head and can't open a checking account. You know, and it's like I feel sorry for people like that in that regard. I really do, because it's okay with me. Taylor Swift is okay with me. Harry Styles, you know, I got no problem with the guy. Love to have lunch with him.
The only thing with those two, especially Harry Styles and Taylor Swift, is I'm not like a fan of their music, but I know that people are, which is cool. It's just not for me, like you guys said.
Right.
But they kind of try to say that they're like indie in a way.
Yeah, exactly. They're trying to ride those coattails.
Yeah,
that's the
why
problem.
I brought it up. That's
No, it's a good point. My daughter
kind of market themselves as that.
My daughter just recently bought what's her name, Melanie Martinez. You know, she's 14, so she's like all into that, and bought a pre-order vinyl. You know, this is her first pre-order vinyl. And I'm like, ooh, cool. You know, and now it's like lost in shipping, and it's all screwed up.
No.
I'm so mad.
Oh man.
And I'm like, oh man. But it's like, you know, yeah. It's still just, it's that corporate, it's Atlantic Records, full corporate, you know, yes, it's going. But one thing I did hear that was funny is her particular album, her Melanie Martinez album, they issued a bunch of them, and people are complaining on YouTube right now that it's all Fall Out Boy on the record itself, but it's labeled as her record.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And they're like recalling them. And
like, hang on to that shit. It's gonna be
that's
worse.
What I said. I was like,
Fall Out Boy record came out, I think. One of my friends who like constantly like is like, oh, Hayes, head cleaner sucks. He sent me a message. He's like, dude, have you listened to the new Fall Out Boy? No, I have not listened to the new Fall Out Boy. What? I'm not listening to that garbage, bro. Come on.
Yeah. What makes you think? Did you listen to anything I play? What makes you think I listened to that?
Yeah.
But yeah,
he said it was album. But he's cool. He's cool.
Yeah.
He's just, at the end of the day, he still likes my stuff, I think. Deep down, I think he knows that it's good.
Right.
I've tried to show him stuff before. His name's Connor. Tried showing him stuff before, but he's always turned against it. I don't know why. He seems to have some stuff that I also like.
Mm-hmm.
That's whatever. Enough about him.
No.
I'm glad I gave him a shout out.
Yes.
What's up, Connor?
Hi, Connor. We love you,
Connor. Get your head out of your ass. Okay?
Freaking Fall Out Boy blows.
Just kidding, Connor.
Yeah, no, man. I'd be really looking forward to like hearing some noise and like, you know, sludge and doom. I mean, I'm a sucker for that stuff anyway.
Sure.
I've always really liked doom metal.
We can turn you on to a lot of sludge bands too. They're
just send me a list. Send me a list.
All right, we'll do that. But I'd like to see your interpretation on it. Absolutely.
Just go down the forbidden place.
Yeah, throw a dart at any. Dungeon weed.
I see that. I see the dungeon weed thing right there.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. Oh God, those guys are so great. Chris and Dimitri are just and nice people and just marvelous.
Really nice people. Yeah.
And great people to talk to and hang out with. And, yep. Yeah. I was just talking to my daughter earlier about that with, you know, emo rock or hard rock or anything. It's one of the things that we try to do with the show in a lot of ways is to help the kids understand that people who play this kind of music, they're not all mad and sad. You know, they're happy. They can make jokes. You know, you don't have to.
Emo's kind of like a tainted term. Like, I mean, originally it was like emotional hardcore.
Right. And with emo. Yeah.
Now
being emotional is a bad thing.
when I tell people like I listen to emo music, I mean they're gonna think like, oh, you listen to Panic at the Disco and My Chemical Romance. Nah, like I don't know. That term is.
Yeah, I agree. It was a bad tag. It really was. Because we were really listening to earlier. I was listening to some of the new Hobo Johnson, which I really like.
My sister really likes that guy, actually.
Yeah, I like him. I don't give a shit if anybody else does not. But because I like it. And Gracie was just like, oh, it's so emo. I was like, yeah, well, what's wrong with emotion?
Yeah, nothing's wrong with emotion. Emotion's cool.
That's what drives music. It should be. It should be what drives music. It should be what drives music.
I mean, like I'm emo, and you guys are emo. If it just means emotional, right? Like, come on.
Yeah, every human is, I think. And if they're not, there's something wrong with them.
Right.
This kind of thing that like jockey dudes turned into like categorizing kids who were outcasts, or
Yeah. It's sort of like saying thug is a derogatory term for race in a lot of ways, by saying emo is a sort of derogatory asexualization of people who like music, who are
like
cry every once in a while, or
wearing black, you're so like.
This is such an emo conversation.
It is.
I'm gonna cry right now. Dude. Drinking Monster right now.
Depressing shit.
It is. Jesus.
Low carb Monster, 30 calories.
Oh, cool. Yeah,
without all that sugar. I like the ones. I like the way these ones taste more. Actually, the green ones are okay.
I don't drink those. I drink the little 5-hour energy shots. I don't drink coffee. Coffee tears me up. It hurts my stomach, but I drink the 5-hour energy shots, which tastes like hot garbage. But they wake you up.
Energy drinks. That's all it is. It's just like a nice battery acid.
Right.
Yummy.
See, I'm old school. I like coffee.
I like coffee too. I work at the other job I work is a place called the Galena Bakehouse, and I barista sometimes.
Right on.
Espresso and stuff is cool. I like making coffee.
Yeah.
All the foam and stuff. It's kind of fun.
But, my son did it for a while and really enjoyed it. I really enjoyed being a barista.
Never a bad time.
Said better than a bartender, so it's more fun.
That makes sense. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Because you don't have people yelling at you for coffee like, give me another goddamn.
There's definitely been some people that have come in.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
Yeah.
But at least they're not hammered at 7 in the morning.
They're just real twitchy.
Right.
Espresso, please. Espresso. I can't do a lot of caffeine, though. I don't drink a lot of it. So when I do drink more than usual, it works pretty good. I'm pretty sensitive. My caffeine tolerance is low, which is good.
Yeah, it should be. It should be. It means you got good energy. Yeah. Anything you're reading, or anything, any films or any other things that you're digging lately?
Well, right now, like I said earlier, I'm reading Our Bank Beer Life. It's been on my list to read for a long time. But after that, I looked at a list. I'm wearing a Henry Rollins hoodie right now.
Yeah.
I read some of his books, like Get in the Van. I read
it's great.
I read a comp of his first 5 books. I don't remember what it was called. It had a devil on the cover. That was really cool. I've got some more to read. But he had a list of his favorite books of all time, and Black Spring by Henry Miller was on there. So I went out and I got my father had never read any of Henry Miller's stuff before. I don't think either. We didn't have him at the house. So I got Tropic of Cancer to start with.
Oh, that's a great book.
Second. Okay.
Yeah.
But then other than that, I read a book by a guy named Yukio Mishima, who has kind of an interesting story. He the book that I read when I found a used bookstore, just kind of a simple kid love story. It was really good though. It's called The Sound of Waves. He ended up killing himself in the Japanese samurai ritual suicide.
The harikari or
the harikari, something like that.
Or harikari.
He took over a federal building and
oh yeah, I know.
you know what I'm talking about. And he tried to like spark outrage amongst the people. He wanted to reinstate like the empires. He was, I don't remember.
Was he the same guy who committed seppuku and like one of his friends behind him like cut his head off too?
Yeah, and they couldn't get it right away and everything.
Right, and they had to hack him like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
Yeah.
Same dude.
Yeah, I've read this.
Wow.
That's weird. I was just reading about that like a couple weeks ago. That's strange. Yeah.
The book I read was pretty cool.
Oh, interesting. Yeah. Yep. People are much more willing to do that in other cultures. I was
back in like the 70s though. So
right.
Maybe 80s, I remember.
You know what? Fugazi does not seem as hardcore now. All of a sudden, wow. Right. Do that, man, if you want to impress me.
We aren't selling t-shirts, and Ben's going to cut my head off
at the end of the show.
Samurai did that like to like reinstate their nobility and stuff. Like if they did something that was considered like bad, like really bad, then you would just do it to be respected again. I don't know all the lore, but I got really into that stuff a while ago. I was playing this samurai video game and just like talk about it.
What game?
It was called The Ghost of Tsushima, and it's just about like this guy whose island gets invaded by Mongols, and then it was Genghis Khan's like cousin, like a fake dude,
right?
But he becomes like this Ronin because he's like the last of like his people, and you just go around and you gotta take back control. It was a really good game. It's kind of like Assassin's Creed.
Oh yeah, I love that game.
Something sort of like kind of stealthy. That was cool. I like that a lot.
Why not? What about what's your go-to for film? What are some of your favorite films?
I mean, I love Wes Anderson. I'm really looking to.
Yeah,
he's got a new one coming out.
That looks so good.
Yeah, it looks crazy.
I'm so great. My favorite movie of all time is Rushmore. So.
Oh, I love that film.
It's a good one.
It's such a good
God, I love that film.
I love Tarantino films. Recently, I watched the last really cool movie I watched was Licorice Pizza.
Yeah, it was good.
This is by the dude who did Boogie Nights.
Right. Yeah, I was very impressed with that.
Blanking on his name, but his stuff's really cool too.
It's another Anderson.
I rewatched The Irishman again recently. That was a banger. I had to watch it for just like 3 days. Really good movie. Just really long.
Yeah, that just got reissued on some server, on some streaming service. I meant to watch it the other day again. I've seen it many times.
It's cool.
Yeah, it's great. I love gangster movies.
Love gangster. Martin Scorsese in general makes really cool stuff.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm trying to.
Paul Thomas Anderson. I knew it was another Anderson.
Okay. Well.
That was The Irishman. I rewatched again. I think that's it. I'm trying to think if I've watched anything else really cool recently. But yeah, I think I did. Oh, I watched not like as like artistic, but I did just watch Roadhouse for the first time.
Oh, did you? The first time?
You know what?
It was 37 when they made that. I looked it up and everything.
Yeah.
I stupidly did not know that Patrick Swayze passed away like 14 years ago. And I was
he's one that I forget every once in a while. That it's like, oh yeah, he's dead. Yeah.
They like pancreatic cancer or something blows.
Yeah. It was horrible. Yeah.
He was 37 at the time of Roadhouse in 89. And I was like, dang, this is a good movie.
He looked good for that age then.
Yeah, for real,
right? Like 25 or
Sam Elliott. Yeah.
That guy. Yep. He was in Parks and Rec.
He was.
Hippie Ron Swanson.
My dad met Sam Elliott one time in an airport, holding a painting of himself. He walked up, Sam Elliott's there, and he's like, "Hey, anybody ever tell you look like Sam Elliott?" He's like, "Yeah, I get that every once in a while."
Wait, you walked up like he was there?
No, my dad did. Met him.
Oh, John's dad would walk up to anybody. Automatically. It's just like, they're gonna like me. Don't worry.
Yeah,
you know? I wish I had that kind of, I have troubles like
introducing because he likes them. He was like one of those guys.
My brother is that guy. My brother can talk to anybody. Everybody seems to like him. He's a likable guy, but he's got something that
just walk up. My dad would just walk up and handshake anybody. Hey,
right. Like I don't like that's crazy. How do you do that? This is like a trick to it or something.
Yeah, I'm thinking like you never know the next person you talk to. Then they'd be like, "I'm gonna murder the next person who says hello to me." Like, why would you do that?
That's the type of stuff I'm thinking.
Exactly.
Like,
stay away.
Really?
Yeah. But no, yeah, he did that all the time. Yeah, I'd say, but he was just holding this giant portrait. He's like, "Yeah, my sister painted this. It's a picture of me."
That's cool.
But he couldn't. I mean, he's holding a billboard of himself. So it's
That's
not like
kind
he's
of right. That's hilarious. Actually, that's like a tough spot to be in. Like,
right. As
my
a
sister
celebrity,
made this. I have to
I
do
I
it.
have to
But
take it home.
Jesus Christ, do I really want to be the guy carrying a picture of himself
Right?
through the
It's
airport?
holding this like full size painting. It's like 3 feet by 4, or whatever. This
Right,
like
that would be
big,
embarrassing if it was just me.
right.
Right, if I just had a
Even if
painting
nobody
of me,
comes up to you,
nobody
that's
in the
Of
airport would
myself.
even notice, give
yeah.
a shit. They don't care who I am.
Right.
But I would not want to be like, just
Oh my
here's a
god.
big ass
Yeah.
portrait of me.
Would
I'd
I?
be stuffing it between like chairs in the airport, trying to hide it. Throw my coat over
Oh, this is too precious. I gotta cover this up.
Man.
Make sure it doesn't get harmed in any way.
Right.
Have you guys seen a show? Do you guys have Netflix? You watch Netflix?
Oh, sure. Yep.
Have you seen I Think You Should Leave with Tim Robinson?
I haven't seen it yet. No.
That is a hilarious show.
Is it?
I just learned that there's new episodes coming May 30th. You gotta watch that. Me and my dad all the time will just be like, we'll just say stuff from that in class because he's a teacher. He teaches government history.
Oh, cool.
Right
Yeah. I teach. Yeah. That's
So
nice.
he'll just like make a reference, and I'll just look at him and be like, nice show.
I'll have to-
You guys need to watch this show. It's so funny.
All right.
Nobody cares. But I love this show. You got to watch that. I think you guys
I will. I will
It's
check
really
it
funny.
out.
Just like this weird, like quirky humor.
Cool. Yeah.
I just watched The Peripheral.
I started that. Yeah.
I've not seen that.
I started that. It was pretty good for the first couple episodes I saw. I think it was one of those though that just when it came out, a bunch of other things came out that I just got sucked into and just lost it. That happens a lot.
That's good.
Yeah, I'll go back and check it out. It looks cool though. Yeah, the AI, thing with playing the game for money or whatever. Yeah, it was really cool. It looked neat.
You're actually going to the future. It's
a future where people still live in trailers in the Ozarks.
It's weird,
which is probably going to be the case.
Yeah, I know. But it's a good show. It's a good. It's trippy.
Yeah,
I like trippy.
Yeah, I do too.
You know what I just rewatched that was like heavier and more trippy than I remembered it being? Was Mean Girls.
Oh yeah. That thing is twisted.
Holy shit
movie.
I don't even know if I've seen that.
Oh, watch it. Watch it.
I don't even know if I've seen it at all.
It's so
my
brutal.
gosh. It's like the darkest PG-13 movie you will ever see.
The level of bullying and disgusting behavior from those girls is, I mean,
I thought it was supposed to be a funny movie. Am I thinking of something else?
Oh, it's hilarious.
It's funny.
Okay.
It's hilarious, but it's also like really dark.
It's dark. Kind of like Heathers or Jawbreaker. I used to love that movie, with the and who was it who had the Jawbreaker stuffed in their throat. God, it's a great movie. Watch Jawbreaker. I can't think of who was in it, but it was like kind of the answer to Heathers, like the darker Heathers, if you can imagine.
Heathers was good.
Yeah,
Heathers is real good.
A few times, but I thought it was cool.
Yeah, you kind of look like a young Christian Slater.
There you
go. Well, man, I mean, where can we get your stuff? Is Bandcamp the best avenue?
Bandcamp, I mean, Head Cleaner is streaming on all platforms. It's on platforms that nobody probably uses too. I use DistroKid, so I publish it and it goes to everything. Spotify, Amazon Music, Apple Music, Bandcamp. I have some videos on YouTube, a couple music videos. Just look up Hayes Noble. I just got word that my vinyls were like done being pressed, which is really cool. They're expected to ship mid-April.
Right.
Thanks to Taylor Swift.
For real, man. Taylor Swift. But you can pre-order that on the 221 Press website. 221 Press.
Right on.
Or through my Bandcamp if you're international, you got to do it through Bandcamp. But, yeah, pretty much anywhere. You can look me up pretty much anywhere. It'll pop up.
Right on. But yeah, as far as I know, let me help everybody out. Hey, Google, play Head Cleaner by Hayes Noble. Hey, Alexa, play Head Cleaner by Hayes Noble.
I don't have mine plugged in. We have one.
Oh, mine's going off. It works. It works. Just turn it up when you're listening to the podcast.
Yeah.
But Hayes, man, a pleasure to speak with you.
Thanks for having me. It's super cool.
Yeah. Oh, absolutely, man.
I had a really good time,
love the record. I just can't wait to see what else comes out in the future and everything else. We had a great time. It was good talking to you. And
looking forward to more, man.
Head Cleaner, get this record. You will not be disappointed. I guarantee you.
Good stuff.
I guarantee you.
Thank you.
Thanks for coming on, man. It's really good to talk to you. Yeah, you bet. All right. We are going to hit stop recording.